All right, the San Francisco 49ers come away with a victory against the Chicago Bears, a much-needed one. The 49ers defeat 38-13, a much-needed victory. And not only a victory, but how they won. That, I think, is the most important thing. You still had guys banged up. You needed some help from guys like Isaac Guerendo, Ben Bartch, and then he gets hurt, and you have to go to Spencer Burford. So the 49ers needed to win in a certain type of way. Not just, squeak out a win at the end or get up early and then just lose it and then fight to hold on. This game really needed to be start to finish. And so what I was really pleased about was how they started. They started right out the gate with a long drive down the field. You got a little bit of a screen action to George Kittle. You're getting the ball to Jauan Jennings, getting it to Isaac Guerendo, and the ball was just moving. It was flowing. The urgency was there. You could see, it wasn't necessarily fast tempo, but you could feel the urgency. And I think when we talk about this 49ers offense, that's just what's been missing. It just feels like we haven't seen that tempo, haven't seen that sense of urgency. And so they came out right out the gate with that, and they scored on the opening drive. And I thought that was crucial. And then not only there, they just kept that kind of momentum going all throughout the second half. And it was kind of slow and clunky to start outside of the half, but they were able to get it together and continue to put scoring drives, taking time off the clock and making sure that they came away with a dominant win over the Bears. So I'm really happy with this performance. I mean, you look at Brock Purdy, went 20 of 25, 325 yards, 2 touchdowns. Would have had a rushing touchdown if it didn't get called back due to a holding penalty. So the San Francisco 49ers were cooking, and it all starts with Brock when it comes to the offense. And you have to shout out rookie Isaac Guerendo, who had 15 carries, 78 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So that's one of the great things about this, is they kicked me out in the middle of my video. The San Francisco 49ers continue to play really, really well. George Kittle, 6 receptions, 251 yards. So you really just got to tip your cap to the 49ers offense for coming out here and doing what they needed to do. So it was a performance that we've been waiting for. It was something that we've been hoping for, and the San Francisco 49ers got it done. Now, Isaac Guerendo did go down with an ankle injury, and he did not return. So we're going to have to wait and see what the ultimate outcome is from that. So hopefully Isaac Guerendo will be okay. But Guerendo also did add 50 yards through the air. So it was a great performance by Guerendo. Again, Jauan Jennings had 2 touchdowns through the air, 7 receptions for 90 yards. I mean, the boys were cooking today. They were getting Deebo Samuel involved. He didn't, do a ton. He had 2 receptions for 22 yards. He also added 5 carries for 13 yards, but he had a couple chunk plays that were decent. Still, I think they're just trying to find ways to get Deebo the ball and get him in space, and I think they're just having a hard time right now. But Kittle, Jennings, and Guerendo, obviously with Brock Purdy distributing the ball, really made a lot of plays. But we can't just talk about the offense. I think the defense played really well as well. Yetur Gross-Matos with a 3-sack performance. That last sack that he had on Caleb Williams, the way he grabbed him, he was like being blocked, couldn't get off the block, and so he just basically bear hugged Caleb Williams on the other side of the offensive lineman and brought him down. But Yetur Gross-Matos absolutely had a day. Leonard Floyd had a day against the team that drafted him in the first round. He had 2 sacks as well, and Malik Collins added a sack. So the defensive line, has been banged up. They don't have Bosa, and they've needed guys to step up, and that's exactly what these guys did. So got to tip your cap to the D-line for how they played in this one. Again, it wasn't perfect on the defensive side. Still a couple things that they can clean up. Still some penalties that they can clean up. But I thought, if we're talking about Kyle Shanahan and his performance, I thought Kyle Shanahan called a hell of a game. I thought he was aggressive when he needed to. Multiple times he went for it on fourth. Even went to call for a field goal and then called the field goal unit back and went for it. I love that. Like, that's the type of energy, that's the type of urgency that we want to see from everyone. And it starts with Kyle, and it goes to Brock, and then it goes to the rest of the offense. And so when Kyle and Brock are on top of their game, it feels like the rest of the team follows suit. So what's exciting about this now, the Rams didn't do the 49ers any favors by not being able to beat the Bills. So it's still going to be a tight one. The 49ers, they need a lot of other things to go their way than just winning out. So it is what it is, man. They got their backs against the wall. They're still in a hole. They still have to keep fighting and win as many games as possible. And if they can continue to do that, they will put themselves in a position to get into the playoffs. So we'll have to see if they can do that. But this was a good start for the team. This was a good start for the 49ers, right? So, we're not out the weeds yet, but considering how the last 3 weeks have gone, this is exactly, the medicine the doctor ordered. So I'm happy with the performance. Again, it was the way they played that, to me, really meant the most in this one. How they won was important, and they took care of business. And they made Caleb Williams look like a rookie quarterback. He just did not look comfortable. He really, he made a couple good throws. He obviously was able to get some touchdowns. But ultimately, he just wasn't comfortable a lot of the day. He was just not feeling it, not seeing it. And I'm really, really pleased with the overall performance. So, the 49ers, short week. They now got to face the Rams. The Rams just beat the Bills, which is no easy task. And that game, from what I've seen, went down to the wire and was a shootout. So we got a quick turn, which actually I think works best for the 49ers. I actually think they play better when they can't think about and sit on some stuff. So I'm looking forward to this one. And hey, man, if the 49ers can get a win against the Rams, it can put them in a good position to, again, close the gap and just keep trying to go on a run. But hey, it starts with winning the games that you play, and the 49ers did that. They won this game. So I'm curious to see how you guys feel about this one. Let me know in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.